Have you ever noticed a woman acting warm one moment and distant the next? She smiles at you, looks your way, remembers little details about you, but then suddenly pulls back like she doesn't want you to notice. That confusing behavior might not be random. It could be one of the strongest signs she likes you, but is trying not to show it. Here's the truth. Not every woman makes her attraction obvious. Some women hide their feelings because they're shy, afraid of rejection, protecting their emotions, or waiting to see if you're confident enough to make a move. And if you don't understand these subtle signals, you might mistake interest for indifference and miss your chance completely. In this video, we're going to break down the hidden signs a woman likes you, the body language clues she can't fully control, and the female psychology behind why she may act like she doesn't care when she actually does. Make sure you watch until the end because the final signs are the ones most men ignore, but they often reveal the most. Once you understand these patterns, you'll never look at her behavior the same way again. One of the quietest signs a woman likes you is that her attention keeps drifting toward you when she thinks you won't notice. She may not stare directly or make it obvious, but you might catch her looking in your direction, glancing away quickly, or pretending to focus on something else the moment your eyes meet. This happens because attraction naturally pulls attention. When someone is interested in you, they become curious about your movements, your reactions, who you're talking to, and how you carry yourself. Even if she's trying to hide her feelings, her eyes may reveal what her words don't. But here's the important part. Don't judge it from one random glance. Anyone can look around a room. The real sign is the pattern. If you repeatedly notice her looking over when you're laughing, speaking, walking in, or interacting with other people, that means you've become a point of interest in her mind. She might act casual, but her attention is giving her away. A woman who has no interest usually doesn't keep checking for your presence. So if her eyes keep finding you, even when she tries to hide it, there's a good chance you've already caught more than just her attention. Another powerful sign a woman likes you but is trying not to show it is a noticeable shift in her behavior whenever you enter the room. Pay attention to how she acts with everyone else compared to how she acts with you. That contrast can reveal more than any direct confession. Maybe she's relaxed and talkative with other people, but around you she suddenly becomes quieter, more careful with her words, or slightly nervous. Or it could be the opposite. She becomes extra playful, louder, more energetic, and tries a little harder to get your attention. The key is not one specific behavior. The key is that her energy changes when you're involved. This happens because attraction creates pressure. When she likes you, she becomes more aware of herself. She may start wondering how she looks, how she sounds, whether you notice her, or whether she's making it too obvious. That self-awareness can make her act differently without even realizing it. So don't only listen to what she says, watch the shift. If her mood, tone, body language, or confidence changes around you compared to others, that's a meaningful clue. People often reveal their feelings through inconsistency. And if you are the reason her behavior changes, you may be the person affecting her emotions. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to make it obvious, she may create small, casual reasons to start a conversation. It might look innocent on the surface. She asks a simple question, comments on something nearby, brings up something from earlier, or finds a reason to message you even when the topic isn't important. The real clue is not always what she says, it's the effort behind it. If she could easily ask someone else but chooses you, that means she may be looking for a low-risk way to connect. She wants interaction, but she also wants to protect herself from looking too interested. You might notice she asks for your opinion, reacts to your stories, sends a random update, or circles back to continue a conversation that already ended. These little openings are often her way of saying, "I want your attention," without actually saying it. But here's what most men miss. A woman who likes you may keep the topic casual because the topic is only the excuse. The real goal is your presence, your response, and the emotional spark that comes from talking to you. So if she keeps finding reasons to talk, even about ordinary things, don't dismiss it. Sometimes the smallest conversations carry the biggest signals. A woman who secretly likes you may look calm on the outside, but her nerves can still slip through in small ways. She might fix her hair more often, adjust her clothes, laugh a little too quickly, stumble over a simple sentence, or suddenly become overly careful with what she says. These tiny changes can happen because your presence makes her more aware of herself. The interesting part is that she may try to cover it up immediately. If she feels exposed, she might look away, change the subject, act busy, or pretend she's completely relaxed. But nervous energy is hard to control when attraction is involved. Her mind is trying to stay composed while her body is reacting before she can manage it. This doesn't mean every nervous woman is interested. Context matters. The real clue is whether her nervousness appears mostly around you, especially when the conversation becomes personal, playful, or emotionally charged. If she's confident with everyone else but suddenly fidgets, blushes, smiles awkwardly, or becomes self-conscious near you, that shift is worth noticing. Sometimes attraction doesn't show up as bold flirting. Sometimes it shows up as tension, hesitation, and the effort to hide a reaction she doesn't want you to see. Hidden attraction is not always about playing games. In many cases, it comes from self-protection. When a woman likes someone, she may feel excitement, curiosity, and emotional risk at the same time. She wants to get closer, but she also doesn't want to feel rejected, embarrassed, or too easy to read. So instead of showing her interest directly, she may reveal it through small, controlled signals. This creates a push and pull pattern. She might give you attention, then pull back. She might seem warm in one moment and reserved in the next. That doesn't always mean she's confused. Sometimes it means she's trying to manage how much of her attraction you can see. Psychologically, attraction increases awareness. She may become more conscious of her body language, her tone, her appearance, and your reaction to her. If she values your opinion, even a small interaction can feel more intense to her than it looks from the outside. Another reason women hide attraction is uncertainty. She may be asking herself, does he like me too? Until she feels safer, she may test the situation indirectly. So when you notice mixed signals, don't instantly assume disinterest. Look for repeated patterns. Hidden attraction usually leaves clues, not in one big confession, but in small moments she can't fully control. One subtle sign she likes you is when she responds quickly, but tries to make the conversation look casual. She may reply within minutes, react to your messages, or keep the chat alive, yet her words sound controlled, like she's interested but doesn't want to seem too excited. For example, she might answer fast but use a simple response. She may add a joke, ask a follow-up question, or send something random just to keep the connection going. Then, after showing interest, she might suddenly slow down or act like she was busy the whole time. That contrast can be a sign she's managing her emotions. The important thing is to notice her consistency. If she regularly makes time to reply, continues the conversation, and gives you openings to say more, that usually means your messages matter to her. People don't invest attention in conversations they don't care about. But don't confuse this with someone who only responds out of politeness. The difference is effort. If she asks questions, remembers what you said, sends thoughtful replies, or finds ways to restart the chat, she's not just replying, she's participating. She may be playing it cool, but her availability, curiosity, and effort often reveal what she's trying to hide. A very revealing sign of hidden attraction is when she avoids eye contact at first, but then looks back again. This small movement can say a lot. When a woman likes you, direct eye contact may feel exciting, but also a little too exposing. So she might look away quickly, as if she doesn't want you to catch what she's feeling. But the second glance is what matters. If she looks away and never looks back, it may mean nothing. But if her eyes return to you again and again, that shows curiosity. She wants to look, but she doesn't want to be too obvious. This often happens when there is tension between interest and self-control. Her attraction pulls her attention toward you, while her desire to stay composed makes her look away. That back and forth can create a pattern. Glance, look away, return, smile, then look away again. You might notice this across a room, during conversation, or when you unexpectedly catch her looking at you. She may even pretend to check her phone or talk to someone else, but her eyes still come back. The key is repetition. One shy glance is not proof, but repeated eye contact followed by quick avoidance can be a quiet sign that you make her nervous in a good way. Body language often reveals what someone is trying not to say. When a woman likes you, she may not confess it directly, but her body can become more open and inviting when you're nearby. She might turn her shoulders toward you, face you with her feet, lean in slightly when you speak, or remove barriers like a bag, phone, or crossed arms. These signs matter because attraction naturally creates orientation. We tend to face what interests us. If she consistently positions herself toward you, stays physically engaged, and seems comfortable in your space, that can be a strong clue that she enjoys your presence. You may also notice subtle mirroring. If you lean back, she leans back. If you smile, she smiles. If your tone becomes playful, she matches it. Mirroring is often unconscious, and it usually happens when someone feels connected or emotionally tuned in. But don't look for one isolated gesture. Open body language is most meaningful when it appears together with other signs: eye contact, smiling, nervous energy, and effort to stay near you. If she seems closed off with others, but relaxed, responsive, and physically open around you, pay attention. Her words may stay neutral, but her posture could be telling you she feels drawn to you. One of the most underrated signs a woman likes you is that she remembers the little things you say. Not just the obvious facts, but the small details most people would forget. Maybe you mentioned your favorite drink once, a place you wanted to visit, a problem at work, a song you liked, or something important happening in your week, and later she brings it up again. That kind of memory usually comes from attention. When someone is emotionally interested, they listen differently. Your words don't just pass through the conversation, they stay in her mind because they matter to her. She may not say, "I like you," but remembering personal details is a quiet way of showing that she values what you share. This can also show up in thoughtful actions. She might send you something related to a topic you mentioned, ask how an event went, or notice when your mood seems different. These small moments create emotional connection without making her feelings too obvious. Of course, some people are naturally attentive, but if she remembers details about you more than she does with others, that's the clue. When a woman secretly likes you, she often collects little pieces of your world because she wants to feel closer to it. Sometimes a woman won't show attraction by being overly sweet. Instead, she may tease you, challenge you, or playfully test your confidence. This can look like joking about your habits, giving you a funny nickname, questioning something you said, or acting slightly difficult in a lighthearted way. The purpose is not to insult you. When it's done with a smile, playful tone, and warm energy, teasing can be her way of creating tension and seeing how you respond. She may want to know if you can stay relaxed, laugh with her, and handle pressure without becoming insecure. Attraction often needs emotional spark. Polite conversation is safe, but playful teasing creates energy. It gives her a reason to interact with you in a way that feels personal without being too direct. She can flirt while still having the excuse of, "I'm just joking." The key is the feeling behind it. If her teasing feels cruel, disrespectful, or embarrassing, that's not attraction. That's a red flag. But if it feels fun, light, and she seems to enjoy your reaction, it may be a sign she's trying to build chemistry. A woman who secretly likes you may test your confidence because she wants to see whether you can match her energy without losing your cool. A woman who likes you but is trying to hide it may not openly admit she feels jealous, but her reaction can still reveal it. The moment you mention another woman, laugh with someone else, or give attention to someone nearby, her energy may shift. She might become quieter, look away, act distracted, or suddenly seem less playful than she was before. Quiet jealousy is rarely dramatic. It's usually subtle. She may ask casual questions like, "Who was that?" or "Are you too close?" while pretending she doesn't really care. She might make a small joke about it, change the subject, or try to regain your attention in a smooth way. This happens because attraction creates emotional investment. If she likes you, she may not want to show that your attention matters to her, but seeing you connect with someone else can trigger a reaction before she can hide it. The key is not to use jealousy as a game. Don't intentionally make her feel insecure. Just observe her natural response. If she consistently reacts when other women are involved, but tries to cover it with indifference, That could be a strong sign she sees you as more than just a friend. One sign that her feelings may be deeper than she admits is when her friends seem to know about you before you've even had much interaction with them. Maybe they smile when you walk by, whisper to each other, tease her when your name comes up, or suddenly act curious about you. That usually doesn't happen for no reason. When a woman likes someone, she may talk about him with her closest friends, even if she's trying to act normal in front of him. She might mention something you said, ask her friends what they think of you, or replay moments that stood out to her. Her friends become part of her emotional processing. Sometimes her friends will make it obvious. They may create chances for you two to talk, leave you alone together, or watch her reaction when you're nearby. Other times they'll be more subtle. A quick look, a hidden smile, or a joke that seems to have an inside meaning. Of course, friends being friendly doesn't prove attraction, but if they seem unusually aware of you and she becomes embarrassed or tries to shut them down, pay attention. Her friends may reveal the interest she's trying so hard to keep hidden. When a woman likes you but doesn't want to say it directly, she may show it through proximity. In simple terms, she finds ways to be near you. She might choose a seat close to yours, walk in your direction, stand nearby during a group conversation, or appear in the same places more often than coincidence would explain. The important part is that she may make it look natural. She won't always walk straight up and say, "I wanted to be close to you." Instead, she may create casual reasons, checking something nearby, joining a group you're in, asking a small question, or lingering after everyone else has moved away. This happens because attraction pulls people closer. When someone enjoys your presence, distance feels less comfortable than closeness. Even if she's trying to hide her feelings, she may still want to be around your energy, hear your voice, or create a chance for interaction. But again, look for a pattern. One moment of being nearby could mean nothing. Repeated proximity, especially when she has other options, is more meaningful. If she keeps finding herself close to you, staying longer than necessary, or positioning herself where interaction can happen, she may be giving you an opportunity without making the first move obvious. The biggest mistake many men make is confusing kindness with attraction. A woman can smile, laugh, reply to messages, and be warm without necessarily liking you romantically. So the real question is not, was she nice to me? The better question is, does she treat me differently from everyone else? Friendliness is usually open, polite, and consistent. She acts the same way with you as she does with other people. Flirting, on the other hand, often has extra tension. There may be longer eye contact, playful teasing, nervous energy, small excuses to talk, or a stronger interest in your personal life. Another difference is emotional investment. A friendly woman may respond when you speak to her, but a flirty woman often creates reasons to continue the interaction. She asks follow-up questions, remembers details, reacts to your presence, and seems affected by your attention. Also notice whether she creates one-on-one moments. If she only talks to you in group settings, it may just be social comfort. But if she finds ways to be alone with you, extend conversations, or make the interaction feel more personal, that's a stronger signal. The safest way to read it is through patterns, not single moments. One smile means little. Repeated effort, special attention, and emotional tension mean much more. If you notice several of these signs, don't rush in with pressure or assumptions. The best move is to respond with calm confidence. Attraction grows when she feels safe, respected, and curious, not when she feels forced to explain herself. Start by matching her energy. If she's playful, be playful back. If she opens up, listen and ask genuine questions. If she creates small chances to talk, don't ignore them. Use those moments to build comfort naturally. The goal is not to prove she likes you. The goal is to create a space where her interest can become more obvious. Also, pay attention to consistency. If she shows one sign once, it may mean nothing. But if she repeatedly gives you attention, finds reasons to be near you, remembers details, and reacts emotionally to your presence, that's when you can move forward. When the timing feels right, make a simple, low-pressure move. Invite her for coffee, suggest a casual walk, or say you'd enjoy spending time with her one-on-one. Keep it relaxed. Her response will tell you a lot. And most importantly, respect her answer. Confidence is not about pushing harder. Real confidence is showing interest clearly while giving her the freedom to choose. Before you jump to conclusions, remember this. One sign by itself doesn't prove she likes you. A glance, a smile, a quick reply, or a nervous moment can happen for many reasons. The real answer is not hidden in one isolated action. It's found in the pattern. If she repeatedly watches you, acts different around you, finds reasons to talk, remembers small details, gets nervous, and tries to stay close, then those signals start to tell a clearer story. Attraction usually doesn't show up as one huge moment. It often appears through repeated little behaviors that slowly reveal what someone is feeling. Also, pay attention to context. Some women are naturally friendly, shy, or attentive. That's why comparison matters. Ask yourself, does she treat me differently than others? Does her energy change when I'm around? Does she invest effort when she doesn't have to? The smartest approach is to stay calm, confident, and respectful. Don't overanalyze every movement and don't pressure her for a confession. Instead, notice the pattern, build genuine connection, and give her space to meet you halfway. If the signs are consistent, there may be real interest. And if you handle it with maturity, you give attraction the best chance to grow.